You ever felt like you made a build too early just because a new weapon comes out and it just shakes the whole game up on different builds and whatnot? No? Well, that's how I feel right now, okay? Alright, so let's get into this. Hunters, we have two god rolls with Festival Flight that you have to go for as a hunter for the two strongest meta builds Hunters got in the game right now. The first one you want to go for is Festival Flight with Demolitionist and Attrition Orb. This is the same god roll we have with Velocity Baton, but this weapon is in the Strand kinetic slot. So it's good to have that variety out there. If you're someone that never got Demolitionist and Attrition Orbs, here goes an example on the screen on how good it is. I was sadly one of the ones that never got a roll from Vesper Host, no matter how much I was farming for it. So it feels good to finally have it. What's great about this god roll is two things. One, if you wonder about Attrition Orb, yes, even though Bungie nerfed it, it's still the best on aerodynamic grenade launchers simply because you're able to multitask while it's doing its tick damage out there. Multi-mock is good, but the fact you have to have that gun out and shoot it in order for the orb to be produced, you're not able to multitask, so it don't really give you that oomph, you know, that competitive gameplay that you want for your builds. Compared to aerodynamic grenade launchers, you can just shoot it out there, swap to your other weapon again, and put in work while you know for a fact that the aerodynamic grenade launcher is doing its work to put out that orb for you to stay alive to pick up. If you're wondering why Attrition Orb is so important in this build, is because we pick up an orb for the meta hunter build with Spirit of Immos Light and Signorachny. You want to be able to pick up the orb so that you can get restoration for faster to purpose with the golden gun being on, which allows you to have Within Mail on, Amplified on, Restoration on, and severing the enemies for your threaded spike, making you unkillable with this build. So just knowing you can always put this Attrition Orb out and fight against a boss, well, knowing that the boss with confidence will not kill you because you severed the boss, you got Within Mail up, you got Amplified up, and every time you shoot your area denial out there, you're picking up that orb off the ground and get restoration, and it's just a constant loop against the boss non-stop. Knowing that you have that security in this build to multitask just make it insane. So that's the great part about Attrition Orb. And then Demolitionist helps ignore the reload issue with this build. If you someone like me that had the Attrition Orb for Velocity Baton but didn't have Demolitionist, it sucks when you got to sit there and reload the Velocity Baton when you know you're spamming your grenade with your Prismatic on and you spamming your grenade with Grapple because the Immos Light giving you your abilities back quick. It sucks knowing that, oh my god, let me waste like 2-3 seconds to reload this goddamn thing. Now with Demolitionist, because you know you spam your grenades because of the Spirit of Immos Light on, you don't have to worry about reloading. You can shoot the Velocity Baton, use your Grapple melee, it's reloaded again, shoot Velocity Baton again, pick up the orbs, which may give you some grenade energy, or, you know, start using your other abilities while you wait for your grapple to come back. You can swap to your other weapon and shoot, do some damage and stuff. Then the moment you get your grapple melee back, you can swap back to Velocity Baton, use your grapple melee, shoot Velocity Baton again, knowing that you don't have to reload, rinse, wash, and repeat. If you're in Prismatic, you just spam your grenade anyway in it, so you're always going to be reloading. Is there a cooldown Demolition? Yes, but the cooldown is like 2 seconds, so you're not going to notice it at all. You're going to be spamming your grenade and keep reloading non-stop. So that's the beauty of Demolitionist and Attrition Orb. You don't have to worry about reloading in this build with the aerodynamic grenade launcher. It makes orbs for you to pick up for restoration. And not only that, any kills you get with the aerodynamic grenade launcher will give you grenade energy because this is Demolitionist perk, you know what I'm saying? So you get more energy back with it as well. So you'll have your grapple grenade up a lot because of this gun. You just shoot it in a crowd, you make orbs, you get grenade energy back, you're able to spam your grenades more. So that's why you want this guy roll. If you never got it from Vesper Host, you never ran Vesper Host, something like that, because of Velocity Baton being hard to get with RNG and whatnot, get this god roll right here, Demolitionist and Attrition Orb. Now, the other god roll that everybody's talking about is, lo and behold, Blast Distributor and One Fall. Blast Distributor, there's a melee version of it as well in this game as well. And I was talking to my brother, I said these two perks gonna be very meta heavy in in-game content when people trying to make some 200 stat builds without having to pour stats of armor, you know, pour them stats from their armor. Blast Distributor make it that you get grenade stat whenever you do damage with the gun. You can go up to 5 stacks. 5 stacks in this game with Blast Distributor give you 65 grenade stat. You heard me, 65 grenade stat. So in the Hunter build, where there's no drip on this build, okay, I'm just trying to show y'all a demonstration. This is a weapon, okay, this is a weapon review, not a build review. There's no drip here, okay. I was just putting no armor for the stats to show you guys. But you will purposely make your grenade stat 135. So then when you deal damage with Blast Distributor and get the 5 stacks, you have 200 grenade stat in your build. So just an example, if I grapple melee right now, y'all see 3-3, 3-3, okay? But if I go over here, if I shoot this and get 5 stacks of Blast Distributor, I probably got fast stat too many things up. Yeah, fast stat Blast Distributor, and then I grapple melee, 4, 4, 5. Okay, so that's how you get past not having to put so much stats into grenade, so you put more stats in something else. What would you put in anything else, Alchemist? I'm glad you asked. You'll put it in your melee stat. Now you can go for 200 melee stat in your one punch build to make it that you get the 30% max melee stat in your build with 200 grenade, and both contribute to the damage of a grapple melee. So you'll have 200 grenade in this build because of Blast Distributor, so you put on 135, and then you just pour the rest of your stats into melee at 200 to get the max strength of the grapple melee. Now, of course, you don't have to get 200 melee stat. You just need 160. You just need 160 because you can throw font mods in your arm piece. Melee fonts. You can put 2 melee fonts in your arm piece if you don't have the tier 4 or tier 5 armor to get those stats. You can put on font mods. Each font mod give you plus 20 until the third one. Third one give you plus 10. So you put 2 font mods on, that's plus 40. You put a third one, that's plus 50. So, which is good if you get tier 5 gear. If you get tier 5 gear, you'll have 11 energy, and then you can do 3 melee font mods and you plus 50, and then you can put a minor melee mod on or something like that, right? So that'll give you, you know, what you're looking for, right? Anywho, you would get the 200 melee from making that your melee stat is 160, and then you'll get 200 grenade for having your grenade stat at 135, giving you max grenade melee damage, right? Now, not only is that helping your grapple melee, that's helping your combination blow do more damage to get the 3 stats you need for your grapple melee combo. That's why this weapon brings this whole build together, the one punch grapple melee build all together. Yeah, I know you want Navigator on, but I feel like Navigator don't do enough damage in later in content. So, you know, it seems beautiful. The content creator showing the grapple melee punching a boss non-stop. It looks beautiful, right? But if you want to use this build in like a normal environment, neutral game, this is the way to go, okay? In neutral game, this is the way to go. Navigator ain't eating like that, okay? But Festival Flight is. Don't believe me? Let me show you some damage here, okay? If I reset these enemies, which I already did, okay? If I reset these enemies, if I shoot this Air Denial at this subjugator right here, it got Temporal Blast ready. So when I shoot this, as y'all can see, the tick damage and stuff, I do about half the health of the subjugator. That's half health. Without the Temporal Blast mod on, it does roughly 1 bar of the subjugator's health. 1 bar by itself. Okay? 1 bar. You add the blast, half his health, right? I believe. I missed some shots. Let me put it at his feet. Kind of hard to put it at his feet because they get out of it. I'm gonna try one more time for you guys because I'm a devotee, okay? I love showing you guys the information y'all need. let's try to actually hold on, need stacks again. Okay, we got temporal blast ready. So if I shoot it at him, he's still in it. He's still in it. Okay, he's still in it. But like I said, half his health. Half his health. It's probably 2 bars if he can actually stay in it, right? Now, what if I told you guys it gets stronger because we have 1 for all on this gun? One for all the best thing because you're hitting 3 different targets. It gives you that 35% extra damage for 10 seconds, I believe. 8 to 10 seconds, I believe. So we hit 3 different enemies. My bad. My sensitivity too high, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I need one more hit. Alright, one for all for 10 seconds. Now if I shoot it at this enemy, as y'all can see, shot it at him, I had temporal blast, and it makes his health 1 left. He got 1 bar left. That's how strong it is. Now, reset them, they're trying to kill me. Now, if you're wondering, do one for all buffs up the mod temporal blast? Yes, it does. Temporal blast on its own does like, I think like 1100, but then when you get the perk on one for all, it goes up to 1800. So yes, it does. So if you're wondering like, oh, is this weapon gonna be good in like content like Mythic? Yes, temporal blast make this gun becomes a heathen. As y'all can see, I did 1 magazine and then put the subjugator health to 1 bar. Okay, if he can stand in it longer, it's more than a little 1 bar left. But that just goes to show the strength. If you kind of like iffy, let me show you mid retrograde. Mid retrograde, if I shoot a full health subjugator 1 bullet, right? Well, 1 mag, I should say, 1 clip, right? I missed shots right there. We're gonna shoot this other one over here. My bad. Shoot him 3 times, right? So 3 shots is roughly the same that arrow denial just did, right? So that's what I mean by the arrow denial doing a lot of damage if the enemy stays in it. It takes literally 4 bullets for mid retrograde to kill it. While the arrow denial, if you have one for all prot in temporal blast, it takes 2 shots. Even if you don't have one for all on, it still takes 2 shots for the festival flight to kill a subjugator. So that just gives you some good rough visual numbers. Okay, I didn't want to just throw some damage numbers up here and y'all be like, okay, is that a lot? I want y'all to visually see a health bar on a mini boss to show you guys like, oh, that's some damage. So yes, with the temporal blast mod on, this festival flight grenade launcher is doing insane damage right now. I highly recommend you use it. It brings the whole build together. Not only would it make you get your combination blows easier, because while doing the tick damage, you can hurry up and run in and punch the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get that stack of combination blow. Not only is it helping you get your 200 stack grenade stack easy, not only is it letting you be able to pour into your melee stat to make grapple melee stronger. Not only all of those, it's a strand weapon. What does that mean, Alchemist? We're rocking Verity in this build, remember? So, as I'm getting kills with this gun, not only is it giving me my grenade stat, it also giving me stacks towards Verity. So, I literally spray this at a group of enemies, and I will be getting stacks of death throw. Literally, stacks of death throw. Just throw it in a crowd of enemies that you're supposed to do with this gun, and you'll get your death throws for this build. And then I just grapple melee somebody with the 200 melee stat and stuff, and I do insane damage. So that's the beauty of this weapon. You can throw it in a crowd of enemies, it gets the death throws for you, it gives you a grenade stat, you're able to pour more into your melee stat, it's easier to get enemies weaker for you to do your combination blows to get your stacks up, and it's just the best thing. You can multitask with this weapon. You can multitask. So, yeah, highly recommend you farm for these 2 god rolls. Again, blast distributor and one for all for your 1-punch melee meta build, and then of course the OG demolitionist and attrition orbs for your other build with Spirit of Inmost Light and Sickner Arachne. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just want to show off too. Got this last night. Tier 5 holofoil Yurtai Apex. Just wanted to show it off real quick. It didn't get heal clipped and incandescent, but I got demolitionist and chaos reshape, so I'm happy. I'm happy. Anyway, it got them PvP rolls. I'll tell you that much though. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Make sure y'all get yourself festival light before the end of solstice with those 2 god rolls. If you're a hunter, even if you're not a hunter, you still should be going for this god roll of these blast distributor and one for all, at least for those 2. I'm still gonna be farming, try to give me a tier 5 version of this weapon, so I do get that extra damage from being a featured weapon, and try to give me a hollow foil because I love this weapon. So love you guys, appreciate you guys always. What would you pair with this weapon? I love rocking double special, so I'll probably require one with this weapon still, but who knows? Maybe I'll find a shotgun. If you're doing the punching build with grapple, you're rocking a shotgun, obviously 1-2 punch, right? And it's doing take damage by doing your combo too. Like, come on now. You always be running a shotgun with this, but for the spirit, almost like I would probably run acquire 1 steel. But who knows? Maybe it's another special weapon in this slot that I would love to use. I can't use bashing because it's in the strand slot. That's why that's the one downside. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll find a new special weapon that I can pair with it that I'll love using. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. And until next time, stay up.